Just when you think life can't get any weirder, life happens and you end up needing to film something because you are legitimately creeped the fuck out. So, I am obsessed with cold cases and I'm obsessed with true crime, as you know. And people always say, you shouldn't like be that into it because you end up like attracting that type of stuff and blah blah blah, which, yes, law of attraction and like power of the mind is obviously a real thing, but I am like officially freaked out. So pretty sure that a person, because we live close to like a main drag in a city that has a big homeless population, and like we just live like pretty close to like the main boulevard of one of the most populated parts of like getting in and out of the city. So where I live in the Pacific Northwest. So, and then this is in a town of like 35,000 and growing. So it's like small, but it's not. It has like a small town feel, but it has a lot of like traffic and stuff, if that makes sense. A lot of it's a tourist attraction in town. Hint, hint. I'm giving way too many hints. But anyways, so where I live, it's pretty close to the main drag, like I said, the bus line, etc., etc. But I like power walk a lot, and like I try to change up like every way I like come in and out. But there's only like one or two main entrances in my house, so at some point you can only like do so many avenues, and if someone really wants to be creepy, they can probably follow you. So some of my cold cases, that's actually a thing that started happening before these people went missing. So that's what concerns me, is what I'm about to tell you. And no bullshit, like knock on fucking wood for me, like pray for me. I did not want someone like that I have to like stab or defend myself or like get into like a crazy fight, because I am going to fight to the death. And I'm not trying to manifest any of that right now. I'm just taking precautions. I carry pepper spray, like I'm pretty well aware. I keep telling my boyfriend that I want to take like self-defense or like black belt. So this is probably the time for me to do that. So for what I'm about to tell you, sorry, I'm like clickbaiting. I'm not trying to. Just trying to like explain it. So I listen all the time to headphones in my house, which probably isn't good. I'm gonna end up getting like a tumor or something. But it's what I do because it's like I can hear it better and I like can travel around and they're wireless. So I'm pretty sure, I don't think this person knocked. I just had this weird, wow, intuition. But then I heard something. So right before I hear something, I like feel something weird. And I usually like peek out. I know it sounds kind of like a crackhead, but like when you're a single female or a female that's always single in the sense of being alone a lot because your partner works or, you're just alone a lot. So I'm very hyper aware of this, and I recently just got back into a serious relationship. So again, I've been living on my own, especially out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Before I lived down in the city, I was living like almost in farmland. So I was definitely aware of like my surroundings and the idea that someone could be creepy and follow me. I'm a big power walker. So anyways, my point is, I'm just trying to see and scan if this person's still around. But anyways, so this person, all of a sudden I feel like I hear something. This is what's crazy, is I'm listening to something and it's not music though, thank God. And so all of a sudden I hear like I can't even explain what the noise sound like. Just something like kind of like moving, like punching, maybe like hitting against the house, like something like that, and you're like, okay, not so loud and like fast, but like still noise. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I like look and like peek out of my blinds, and there's like someone like around like my area. And like if you're not used to this street, it's possible. If you think it's gonna go through, it's possible. But this is still like, my place is like maybe 20 feet to 30 feet off the main road, and then a road, and then a main road it's like 50 feet off of. So this is just kind of concerning. I don't even talk loud about it if this person's out there. So I feel like he might have been like rattling the windows. I keep a stick there because I'm like a psychopath that grew up in in Chicago, like by the roots of like growing up in poor areas runs, and also again the female thing, very self-aware. So I have like a bar, but I don't like the idea that I might have to like self-defend myself, or like I was gonna take a nap and now I don't feel comfortable. Anyways, again, so I see this person on the side of the house, then I see this person leaving, and so I like watch this person, and they're not leaving really fast either. That's what's concerning. So I'm like watching the blinds, and they finally leave, and I'm like casing their head, and they're like shorter than anyone I've seen around here, like look kind of not in the best clothes. I don't think it's the landlord, because the landlord I feel like would be in nicer clothes. No offense, I'm not trying to profile, it's just he's like super like all American looking guy and older, and this person is just like not look like that. And so I don't know who it is. Oh, so this is the kicker. Is I'm watching it and I'm waiting for him to get into a vehicle and he doesn't. It's even more concerning. So this is just some random person that could live in the area, that might have seen where I live in the area, so now he's on foot. And by the way, when someone's on foot, that's not a good sign either, because that means that possibly either, they're really down and out, obviously, or they're purposely not bringing their car to certain area, scene of the crime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking sketchy ass shit. So, I do not condone guns, but at the same time, like, this is a state where I can warn someone and be like, this is my property, you need to leave, and if you don't, I'm going to shoot you, because I actually feel threatened for my life. And I am not one of those people, but I'm just saying, if this person if this happens, I mean, seriously, what am I going to do now? Now I just have to nap and feel uneasy and wonder if someone's going to be like possibly wandering around my perimeter. It doesn't make me feel very comfortable to nap. So I'm just saying, I know it sounds like first world problems, but not really. Safety is important. I sound really preachy, but as a female, like, I have some experiences. I was going to do a story time about one of them, but I haven't yet, just because it's like really crazy and I haven't really thought about it since I was like 15. But I got into a stranger's car. Yeah, no, I know. I don't want to say blonde moment because someone might get offended, but yeah, fucking total blonde moment. This person kind of like wheeled and dealed with me. Not really. He was just making it seem like really like, oh, I know you and you're this. And he mentioned a name. It sounded like my uncle's name at the time. So I got in the car, and before I knew what the fuck was going on, amen. If you're not religious, whatever, universe, it wasn't my time or something, because there was literally a fork in the road on a famous road where on the right someone got murdered. Sharon Tate, rest in peace. And on the left is just this area where I lived was notorious for like drugs, Jim Morrison, and blah blah blah. This was in California back in the day. It's a whole other story time. But let's just say I jumped out of that fucking car and I ran for my life and I hid. And I just remember thinking that if there wasn't a stop sign right there, who the fuck knows what would have happened, because I feel like this person absolutely was going to abduct me. I got the worst feeling I've ever felt in my entire life, pit in my stomach. And what concerns me is I got the same feeling when I saw this piece of shit literally 5 minutes ago. So trust your gut. If you're a woman or a man, even, in this world, who knows, definitely learn how to protect yourself. Be aware of gun safety. If you, obviously you have to have make sure you're legal with everything that you're doing. And always, just, if you feel your life is in danger, trust that gut instinct. It might save your life.